Sup? Sup, guys? It's Wednesday. Hump day for some. Never ending for others, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But how's it going? How's it going? So, I usually try to peruse really quickly to see if anything catches my eye. Nothing really stood out to me today. But that doesn't mean we can't just look over it again, see what updates we have. Right now, we're just live on Odyssey and YouTube. As much as I would like to push Rumble as well, some cuts are gonna have to be made just for the time being. Um, Rumble is so annoying to set up. It's not like I can't do it, but the fact that you have to pay until you get 100 followers kind of is stupid. But I still encourage people to get over there. But and plus I was running late as well, so this was like last minute throw things together sort of thing. But we are here. We'll see if there's anything new that we can look into. I might be changing the schedule again just for some personal reasons that are coming up, and it might be to where maybe some days will be a show and some days will be game streaming. Yeah, I'll have to think about that, exactly what's happening. So it's nothing bad or anything, just trying to give myself some more time to settling down and transitioning from one thing to another. But anywho, let's take a gander here. So Deathloop, this is, I don't know what this is, but it caught my eye. Deathloop is coming to Xbox, no longer PlayStation exclusive. That's something I'm curious about. Why is that? So, nearly a year since it's released as a PlayStation console exclusive, new listings confirm Deathloop. It's coming to Xbox. The news comes via new advertisements on the Xbox console dashboard, letting users actually pre-order the game. And apparently, this is from The Verge. Not even a good. What is The Verge? Looking at this, and like a tech website, View Entertainment. Maybe we can look over on that one. So since the game's launch for PC and PS5 on September 14th, it's likely the game is dropping on Xbox today. Oh, there you go. Coming from this, the other Bethesda PS5 console exclusives, Ghostwire Tokyo, will likely come to Xbox in March 2023. The game was made a timed console exclusive to PS5 between Sony and Bethesda prior to Microsoft acquiring Cinemax Media and Bethesda, but after said deal went through, Xbox said they would honor previous exclusivity deals. Despite the previous pledge, however, Microsoft has moved to make future Bethesda games like the upcoming Starfield exclusive to Windows and Xbox. Amazing. Their pending acquisition of Activision's Blizzard will also pose the same question, but Microsoft will add its titles to Xbox Game Pass. Wait, so are they saying that they'll honor previous deals? So literally Ghostwire Tokyo and Death Drop, according to this link I just clicked. But according to this, they're making it sound like they're like, fuck it, never mind, we're lying, sort of thing. That's funny. Okay, so Deathloop has been available since September. In case you missed it, you can find our review of the game here. I mean, what exactly is it about? I thought they were going to explain a little bit more. So here, I guess I'll do a quick look over of what this review is about. So this person's saying every shooter feels samey, every story tells the same generic apocalyptic tale, and everything constantly feels like it's just simply steals the ideas of anything that comes before it without changing the formula or even pretending that there's a semblance of an original idea. Ouch. And he's saying that it's been a problem with games in general. Jonathan White coming in hot. So far, other than The Ascent, there hasn't been a game in 2021 that has grabbed my attention and held it quite like Deathloop has. Okay. So, what makes it stand out? Right off the bat, you'll notice that Deathloop has a style that hasn't been tried for quite some time. The last game I remember doing this was the DLC for the similarly fantastic Enslaved Odyssey to the West, where they attempted to make a Tarantino type of experience. Okay. So, Deathloop pays tribute to the grindhouse cinema by coding this game with dripping helping of blaxploitation. And if you've ever seen movies like Dolomite or I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, you'll absolutely love the way they've masterfully pulled this element off. So Colt and Juliana go back and forth with each other in ways that would have made George and Wheezy beam in pride. The writing is hysterical, and honestly, I was more interested in seeing what they'd say to each other as the game progressed than I was simply advancing the story. I think this is a very important to mention in today's culture war and stands as a testament just to how much fun you can have when you stop worrying about political stances and just enjoy something that's truly well crafted. Okay. So enemies are all done up in a faceless cast of characters vibes, where people of all races and sects wear anonymous masks and are just as easily mowed down thoughtlessly as a horde of nameless warriors can be blown down in a Dynasty Warriors skirmish. This is one of the very few cases where I'd argue that dehumanizing people lends strength to the setting and thus creates a little bit of safety from backlash. So there are some really trippy visual elements where Cult has a sense of synesthesia. Oh my gosh, synesthesia. There we go. I say it slowly, and can see notes he and presumably others previously left for him in prior loops. Add that to the notes written on his jacket and other places, and you've got a nod to the movie Memento, where I actually still need to see that movie. Where continually experiencing things adds more context to everything as it unfolds. Okay. There's really nothing else out there that explores this design choice as well Deathloop does, and it single-handedly makes this game go for simply compelling to truly memorable. It's a fun experience, but is it fun to play? That all depends on what you like as a player. If you played the Hitman games, you'll know that there are many ways to skin a cat, and Deathloop is no different. Rather than simply giving you a list of ways you can accomplish a goal, Deathloop guides you by leaving clues scattered around the levels that lead you to places based on the time of day. One example is that a guy plans to set off a fireworks display for a party that occurs at night. So you chase the lead to find out where the fireworks are being stored, only to find that something happened and caused the building to burn down sometime in the afternoon, but it was totally fine in the morning. Hmm. So are these just random triggered or actions that you cause happen to happen? These investigations keep you eager to explore the areas instead of just simply getting bored, racking your brain trying to memorize every square inch of each of the four areas. What game in 2021 would be complete without adding some roguelike elements? Death is your foe and your ally, as you are given 3 chances to clear each section. At the slight annoyance of having to return to your fallen body to pick up your essence, which is of course used to phase collected items and slabs into existence so you can keep them each time the day restarts. Huh. So repetition does start to set in. You've explored each area fully one time, so naturally when you return, it's a bit like deja vu. That's when the game's injunctions Juliana to show up and make your life a living hell. Okay. So when playing in single player, Juliana will randomly show up at some point in each section as long as your target, typically one of the visionaries, still alive. This isn't terrible, but she's no slouch and is an extremely difficult opponent to outwit. My only complaint with this mechanism is the unfortunate act of trying to keep it balanced. Since it's random, you could spawn in versus a cult who barely has anything, or you could pop in versus a cult who runs 65 loops and has top tier everything, which makes you considerably lesser threat. Oh. So is this like a multiplayer sort of thing? I don't know. I thought there was like an actual story or something. Eh. So her arsenal increases with every successful hunt as you're rewarded with new gear abilities as your hunter rank increases, but it feels awkwardly tacked on as opposed to feeling truly intertwined. I would have preferred Juliana's invasion to feel more like Dark Souls, where you could either invade to harm or invade to help. Given her the ability to help cults survive areas with heavy enemy density, could have really been the last bit of shine the game and needed to be as close to perfect as you possibly could have been. But unfortunately, it's a slight oversight that leaves you longing for what could possibly come further down the road. I don't know. I don't think I'm really sold on the game then. I don't know. Interesting, but whatever. Let's see what else we got. Discord voice is now available on Xbox before PlayStation. Oh, excuse me. So back in July, we reported that Discord would be coming to Xbox consoles with full voice chat capabilities. Wait is over and it's now available for PlayStation. So you'll now be able to chat with other players on Discord via voice channels. Use the menu to see. Start using your voice. You could connect your Discord and Xbox account directly. You can also swap between Xbox voice chat and Discord voice chat seamlessly as well. All you need is the mobile app. You can launch a voice chat in the mobile app and transfer it over to your Xbox. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's something. Yeah, because I know, didn't they? Yeah, I know it felt like the voice chat really went downhill as the Xbox continued. Oh, this was something I wanted to see, the Sonic Frontiers. Let's check that out. So Sonic has shared, or excuse, oh my gosh, Sega has shared a new trailer for Sonic Frontiers at Tokyo Game Show 2022, giving a look at the blue blur going all Super Saiyan. So here's the new trailer. Okay. I don't get why they're putting Sonic in like a more realistic environment. I don't get it. Not a big fan of that. So you become stranded on an ancient island teeming with unusual creatures, battle hordes of powerful enemies as you explore a breathtaking world of action, adventure, and mystery. Accelerate to new heights and experience the thrill of high velocity, open zone platforming freedom as you race across the 5 massive Starfall islands. Jump into adventure, wield the power of the ancients, and fight to stop these new mysterious foes. Welcome to the evolution of Sonic games. Well, I personally think it's evolving in the wrong direction. It's de-evolving. I don't know. It just feels really weird to have Sonic in a realistic environment. Yeah. Not interested. So I already looked over that. Atelier Ryza 3 gets debut trailer and first look video. Let's check it out. So not long after its reveal yesterday, publisher Koei Tecmo and developer Gust have shared the debut trailer and the first look video for Atelier Ryza 3. So here's the debut trailer and the first look video.
いたれ手塚の鍵幕回転の牛にいたれ
よし、それじゃあ始めよう。この世界にはたくさんの未知が隠れてる。
So are these like Genshin Impact sort of games?
鍵が反応した？この先に何が？僕たちの出番だね。この調子で探索していこう。久々の本格的な冒険ってわけだ。さて、忙しくなるぞ。たくさん学ばせてもらいます。
待て、よそ者。どこに行く気だ？
旅は賑やかな方が良いではないか。
こいつはますます騒がしくなりそうだ。
もどかしい気持ちはもういらない。虹色の夏が始まる。
I mean, interesting if you're into that sort of games. There's a HoloLive crossover of Among Us. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, and then these are the articles I kind of covered yesterday. Yeah, a little limited. Here, I also want to switch over to this, The Verge. Oh, is that not being displayed? Am I just an idiot? Oh, wow. Whatever. So The Verge has a section where it has like movies, television, and all that fun stuff. Guess we could see if there's more information on GoldenEye. Oh my gosh, that's super bright. Looks like feel like I've read this. Article update with more game features. Okay. Nintendo appears to be using the original game, whereas Microsoft says it has made a faithful recreation. We already knew that. There's no announcement date for the GoldenEye 007 release just yet on either platform. Classic campaign mode and cheat modes will return. Okay, I remember reading this. If you had to own a digital copy of Rare Replay, it's free of charge. Yeah, there was an HD remaster that was supposed to happen for the 360, never released. Leaked last year, which I said earlier. You got to use Xenia. Now we have an official GoldenEye 007 remastered for Xbox and Nintendo Switch for the first time. There have been many attempts to remake the original 007 N64 game, including an attempt by Activision that was nothing like the N64 original. Oh yeah, I had that one. Set fire to me. Fans have also successfully remade GoldenEye 007 in various engines, only for one project to be hit by lawyers from right holders MGM in 2020. Rare, the game's original developers, even created a spiritual successor, Perfect Dark. I actually never played Perfect Dark. I should. In 2000, it was a similar style and upgrade engine, but a new and original IP that eventually saw a remaster in 2010. 10-year-old screams at Mim, I want chicken nuggets. The announcement of a GoldenEye 007 remaster comes just as James Bond fans celebrate 60 years of the iconic movies. Various events are being held, accumulating in James Bond Day on October 5th. And then alongside 007, it's also adding Pokemon Stadium. Oh, that's cool. Mario Party, Pilot Wing 64, 1080 degree snowboarding, and Excitebike 64 to Nintendo Switch Online. I really hope. I mean, Nintendo could really bank on remastering it originally, especially if Xbox is claiming they're not going to have multiplayer online, which is fucking retarded. Like, why would you not do that? Wait, is that all this layout has? We've already seen Ragnarok. EA announces kernel level anti-cheat system for PC games. Oh, let's check this out. So EA is launching a new kernel level anti-cheat system for its PC games. The EA anti-cheat will debut first in FIFA 23 later this fall and is a custom anti-cheat system developed in-house by EA developers. It's designed to protect EA games from tampering and cheaters. And EA says it won't add anti-cheat to every game and treats it implementations on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, sure you will. Sure you will. PC cheat developers have increasingly moved into the kernel, so we need to have kernel mode protections to ensure fair play and tackle PC cheat developers on an even playing field, explains Elise Murphy, Senior Director of Game Security and Anti-Cheat at EA. As tech-inclined video gamers ourselves, oh my gosh, flighting much, it is important to use to make sure that any kernel anti-cheat included in our games acts with a strong focus on the privacy and security of our gamers that use a PC. So kernel-level anti-cheat systems have drawn criticism from privacy and security advocates as the drivers these systems use are complex and run at such a high level that if there are security issues, then developers have to be very quick to address them. Oh. Uh-oh. That wouldn't be good. So it says its kernel level protection is absolutely vital for competitive games like FIFA 23 as existing cheats operate in the kernel space. So games running in regular user mode can't detect that tampering or cheating is occurring. Unfortunately, the last few years have seen a large increase in cheats and cheat techniques operating in kernel mode, so the only reliable way to detect and block those is to have our anti-cheat operate there as well. And I'm sure someone's going to figure out how to get around that too. EA anti-cheat system will run at the kernel level. I feel like it said this, it's going to run at the kernel level like 4,000 times in the same article, and only runs when games with EAAC protection is running. It says its anti-cheat processes shut down once a game does, and that the anti-cheat will be limited to what data it collects on the system. It does not gather any information about your browsing history. Sure. Applications that are not connected to EA games, or anything that not directly related to anti-cheat protection. So it's becoming increasingly common these days. Activision launched its own custom Ricochet anti-cheat system in Call of Duty last year with a kernel-level driver, and the world's biggest PC games have been using similar techniques to fight a surge in hackers and cheaters in recent years. Interesting, but whatever. Rick and Morty season 6. I fell out of Rick and Morty. I should try to get back into it. All right, let's move over into bounding into comics, see if there's anything there. Oh my gosh. Viola Davis says the audiences who don't see The Woman King are supporting the narrative that Black women cannot lead the box office globally. Oh my gosh. Archaven Comics published Vox Day. Publisher Vox Day explains why media apparatus is attacking J.R.R. Tolkien and why the Ring of Power appears to intentionally subvert his lore. Because it's quite simple why they're doing that. It's because they are unoriginal, still pissed off, and believe that there's some grave injustice that's still happening to this day, and don't want to admit that people are just garbage humans and don't want to better themselves. And so they have to latch on to things that were successful and then rewrite the history so future generations will think of their version and not the others. There you go. Explained. Oh, I saw this. Yeah, confirms Bridget's now transgender. She self-identifies as a woman. Oh, this one I actually did want to read about. Geoff Johns gives the Joker a new name in latest issues of Flashpoint Beyond. Okay. So mostly his background has been a mystery, but the Joker is notorious for his varied civilian identities over the years. Alan Moore gave him one in The Killing Joke. Tim Burton crafted a whole origin story for him in the 1989 Batman film that was held onto for the animated series and Batman 89. Wait, the animated series? Really? So most recently in 2019, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix made their own origin for an Elseworld character, Arthur Fleck, and Joker, who may just be the first. Yeah, he didn't really scream Joker to me. I think that the one thing about Joker, which I did enjoy, but the one thing about it is he was not Joker, which you know damn well they were banking off of. When you think of Joker, you think of, Batman, the villain of Batman and all that stuff. And he started portraying Joker-like imagery and stuff like that towards the end. So I do agree with, I don't know if it was confirmed, but I do agree if a Joker's a different persona every time, that they just get influenced by someone else. Oh, here we go. That fits with the twist that came along during the new 52 when it was revealed that there were 3 Jokers. Oh, so I wasn't that far off. In the right context, such as on a single Earth, these stories could qualify as spin and fabrications by the real Joker, who, like Heath Ledger's portrayal, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, has a penchant for making things up to scare or keep his victims off guard. Yeah. Oh, how do you like that imagery right over there? Doctors can't explain it, but this fixes toenail fungus. We can add another identity and perhaps a tall tale about the gesture of genocides as of the latest issue of Flashpoint Beyond. In the 5th installment of the series by Geoff Johns, Martha Wayne revealed while incarcerated in Arkham that the Joker's real name in her timeline is Jack Oswald White. Oh, yeah, because in that one, yeah, Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. But he, doesn't he, he actually, straight up murks people, which I think is baller. Definitely Punisher-ish. Driven insane by the murder of Bruce in the alley in their alternative universe, Martha became the Joker at first, whereas Thomas Wayne took up the cowl as Batman. That was until Flashpoint Beyond, however. Oh my gosh. Okay. So any chance if that was actually a successful storyline just gets shattered? What follows is a spoiler of issue number 4. Spoiler. So you've been warned, but Martha Wayne is now the clockwork killer Thomas has been chasing. Okay. The mantle of Joker didn't pass to White. Instead, he is designated the Clown Prince of Earth Prime by Martha and uncorrupted on her Earth. She finds out this information from Psycho Pirate, who'd been hiding in the Flashpoint universe to escape Dark Crisis. His name is Jack Oswald White. His name was Robert Paulson. All right, so that's the panel. So in this world, Mr. White was a failed comedian with a wife and child stuck in a menial job cleaning the bathrooms at Wayne Casino, but they're a happy family. Cool. He also tells her the universe is not what it's supposed to be, and her son Bruce was destined to grow up and become the Cape Crusader. Once she has this info, she promptly kills the pirate and goes in search of Witch. Wait, so the pirate just didn't see that coming? just, well, sorry about that. Burp. You're dead. So Martha finds out he had a fate parallel to the one Moore wrote for him. Okay. White, never becoming the cackling mass murderer, failed to make it as a comedian and wound up cleaning toilets at Thomas Wayne's casino. He has a wife and child too, but unlike in The Killing Joke, they're just a happy family. Oh gosh. So he's just stuck at that menial task job forever. Sadly for the happy family, Martha has a time machine and is going to reset the timeline by going back and making sure Bruce survives Crime Alley and that she and Tom die like they were supposed to. What? This is how these, I've said it before, this is how these people get around and try to make their versions the superior version. All this fucking time travel, dude, gets so old. I'm not even going to bother reading that. There's more feet stuff. So Joker's new name is an unneeded wrinkle in the lore by Johns, but since it's an alternative universe, we shall see if Jack Oswald White sticks when. The most, even now, he will always be Jack Napier. Or Napier. From writers Johns, Tim Sheridan, and Jeremy Adams, artist, whatever. Oh, it's just promoting the Flashpoint Beyond sale. Really? That's not original. Well, spoilers if people are going to read that, but I did say warning spoilers. Dude, I mean, just in general, all this fucking multiverse, different universes, time travels and stuff like that, they kind of wrote, Marvel kind of wrote themselves down that. I mean, any comic industry, really, they wrote themselves down that hole. But man, they're really, especially the tards, they're really taking it and utilizing that time travel. It gets so tiring after a while. Well, not a whole lot of updates. Deakin University lecturer Helen Young accuses the Lord of the Rings author J.A.R. Tolkien of racism, anti-Semitism, and Orientalism. Of course they would. Ooh, Frank Martin. We could check over his top most iconic video game characters. See if I agree or not. Why not? I'm not exactly sure how long, like I said, how long this stream is, and we're going to be switching up the schedule. So, and I need to find. I'll try to do a new game tonight. I'm not exactly sure what I'll be playing. I need to go through again. I need to go through and all that crap. So, but I guess we'll round off just a short Wednesday here with the top 10 most iconic video game characters. Number 10, Solid Snake. Now, I think he should be more down the list personally. So video games have evolved tremendously as a medium from the beginnings. They merge gameplay with storytelling in a way that other kinds of mediums can't even begin to grasp. Because of this, video games are intrinsically prone to creating icon and memorable characters. Stories like movies and TV shows have to find a way for the audience to connect with its main characters. Video games, however, are able to seamlessly blend these incredible characters with the audience itself, simply because the audience has to play as them. A teaspoon on an empty stomach burns 12 pounds of fat a week safely. There you go. So number 10, Solid Snake, should be more down along the list. Like most video game characters, the first debut on older consoles, Solid Snake had to wait until he evolved into better graphics to stand out on his own. When he did, however, he came to define a generation of stealth gaming that still dominates its class. Unlike many fantasy games that have surrealist and bizarre characters, Solid Snake excelled simply by being a soldier. However, the world of Metal Gear Solid was rife with fantasy and supernatural. So the fact that this simple soldier is able to not just survive, but thrive in such a wild and crazy setting means he's a video game player's dream. I actually would put him above Master Chief for sure. So similar to Solid Snake, Master Chief is also a soldier. However, he exists in a completely science fiction universe that allows him to be the badass he is. Right from the beginning, fans of Halo were all struck by the way Master Chief took on an entire alien force and was the sole survivor of the original game. Compound that experience with how much Halo has grown over the years. It's grown, but not for the better. I'm not as hardcore as some of my friends are, but they are not happy with how Halo is going. And it's no surprise that Master Chief's simple yet iconic design resonates so much. It also helped that Halo dawned at the birth of online gaming and esports. All of this combined made for a perfect storm that allowed Master Chief to become immensely popular. Scorpion, Mortal Kombat. I'd rank him lower on the list. Like I would, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll continue. When it first premiered, Mortal Kombat caused quite the stir in pop culture. Well, not just quite the stir. It caused the rating system for gaming. Few people had seen a game so violent before, and the franchise's primary ninjas, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, were at the forefront of the series. It's certainly debatable which of the two came to represent Mortal Kombat more, but Scorpion edges out on his icy counterpart by a slight margin. I mean, I know as a kid I like Sub-Zero more, but Scorpion has become more badass. His wide-eyed and iconic "Get over here" line resonates with fans for decades. Or "Come here!" Or "Get the fuck over here." Yeah, I loved it when they threw swear words in, making him still one of the most popular characters in the franchise to date. Doom Guy the Slayer. So Doom was another game that revolutionized the video game industry. What's even more impressive is that it did so well with a largely silent protagonist that had no personality whatsoever. I wonder if Duke Nukem's going to be on this list. Save for his uncanny knack for ripping and tearing the hordes of hell to shreds, Doom's iconic cover art helped a lot in terms of promoting the image of a stoic and strong soldier. I'm noticing a theme here with a bunch of soldiers. Battling demons on another planet. Doom as a franchise has grown, shifted, and expanded over the years, but the image of the main characters fighting a horde of monsters has not. I would personally rank this down, although I haven't kept up with Doom. Mega Man. Oh, yeah. Yep, I think that's Yeah, PB high on the list. So very few games have stuck to a winning formula as earnestly as Mega Man. Even today, the series still flourishes by embracing classic graphics, levels, and boss fights, not to mention some of the most notorious difficulty curves in game history. Add that to the fact that Mega Man as a character has branched out into other mediums as well. There's been Mega Man comics, cartoons that have expanded the character well beyond the world of video games so that even non-gamers can recognize him. Pac-Man, boo. Besides being a very early arcade game that became immensely popular, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man found success for two main reasons. First, their extremely basic design made them appealing, but there's also a gameplay reason for their popularity. Pac-Man games were just simple to understand and to play. They were yellow circles that ate dots and ran away from ghosts. In a world where video games can tend to be overcomplicated, simplifying things so that they can resonate with both adults and children alike was a winning formula. I personally think this guy's putting this here just because it's one of the beginnings of the video game, legacy. Because I mean, I don't care on how simplistic it is and stuff like that, but like Pac-Man for me does not come to mind if I had to make a top 10 list. Link, there you go. So by all accounts, the Legend of Zelda franchise should not be as successful as it is. Wait, what? This person thinks it shouldn't be successful as it is. The games are long and quest-driven that can tend to be quite tedious. There's literally, like, oh my gosh. So you're complaining that it's long and tedious, and yet Link's image as a video game character has withstood the test of time. This is probably because oh my gosh, Pikachu. This is probably because many video games enthusiasts, I think that should be video game enthusiasts, are also fans of fantasy. The Legend of Zelda taps into the sense and has done an amazing job refreshing it with every installment. As a character, Link's name has not hit the mainstream as much as his image, which is probably why it's so funny when he's often confused for the series' namesake. The fact that this person had the balls to say that the Legend of Zelda franchise should not be as successful as it is quite a statement. Pikachu, very iconic. Do agree. Pikachu's status as the face of the Pokemon franchise has a lot more to do with the cartoon than the game itself. At this point, however, the two have merged so well that they are simply one singular brand that has become an unstoppable force. In the world with time-traveling aliens and gigantic bird gods, it's strange that a cute electric mouse is the main and most popular figure. I could make the argument that a lot of people know Charizard, maybe even Mewtwo or Mew. Then again, the fact that Pokemon has become as successful as it has not just in gaming but in all media is a testimony to Pikachu's likability. He ranked Sonic the Hedgehog as number 2. Sonic would be a little bit lower on my list. Well, of course, Mario would be number 1. In the beginning of the console wars, there were two characters that stood out amongst us. A certain Plumber represented Nintendo, while Speedy Hedgehog became the face of Sonic. It's unquestionable who ended up winning the battle, but that doesn't mean Sonic deserves any less than number 2 spot. Like Mario and the other characters, Sonic's appeal goes beyond just the games he's featured in. He's been in several successful cartoons, as well as a film franchise that isn't slowing down anytime soon. Also, with the new games cropping up all the time, doesn't appear as if Sonic's best year are behind him. Well, I think all of the games that are putting Sonic in like the realistic environments, like that doesn't appeal to me. They would have just stick to something like what they did with Sonic Mania. They probably would have. No Resident Evil characters? Okay. So Mario, Super Mario Bros. Doesn't take a fan of video games to know who is number 1 in that regard. Mario's evolution from a nameless character in Donkey Kong, his name would be Jumpman, to the iconic of an entire industry is an extremely interesting one. What's even more impressive is that his supporting cast alone is enough to fill up an entire roster. Well, I mean, I literally just made an example with that with Pokemon. Methinks there's a tad bias to this person. To old Frank Martin. Let's see. Besides the game in which Mario is a star, he has also birthed a line of sports games, party games, and everything in between. What's everything in between? It's unclear just how much life Mario has left in him, but if Nintendo has their way, he'll be around forever. There you go. So there's Frank. Hey, look at that. I pointed that out. The Legend of Zelda franchise should not be as successful as it is. What? Double what? How is that a bad thing? That take aside, the list is pretty good. I think Link is more iconic than Pikachu and Sonic. I agree. Doomguy and Solid Snake should probably be pushed out of any list of video game icons by Donkey Kong and Samus Aran or Cloud Strife, and I would say Sub-Zero is more iconic than Scorpion. Disagree with what he said. Sub-Zero, I can kind of see that. I know, like, younger, we love Sub-Zero. We love Sub-Zero because we liked freezing our opponents, because we know how bullshit, especially the computer, because we know how bullshit it is. So, of course, we wanted the guy who would just stop him in our tracks, as opposed to the person pretty much freezing them to where we could either fight distance. Well, I guess not distance, because the freezing, like, we would have to run in to get closer, as opposed to pulling them towards us, but whatever. Cool list. Pretty good. I think Snake honestly should be pumped up. Master Chief. Scorpion, I think, or Sub-Zero should be pushed down a little bit. Doomguy definitely pushed down. Mega Man's fine. Pac-Man shouldn't even be on here, personally. Link, yeah. Pikachu, yeah. Sonic, yeah, but not as high. Mario's probably, I would agree with, being on number 1. Ooh, censorship. What do we got here? Square Enix. Oh, we already read that. Amazon Japan bans harmful books penned by Dr. Sohn's science consultation team. Some One Piece film for anybody One Piece fans out there. Let's see. We got all the X-Men's filmed ranked. Pinocchio, of course, we know would suck. Massive rewrite. Yeah, I think I'm good for today. I think that's good. Like I said, a short story. We're gonna do multi-streaming. I might for a while just be on YouTube and Twitch and Odyssey Gaming, YouTube and Twitch. Like this stuff, YouTube and Odyssey. But we might try to continue to Rumble. We might. I don't know. Like, I think the being able to stream on Rumble shouldn't cost you anything. That's one of the things. They're making a lot of remakes now. They better be good. If not, a lot of salty people. Oh, you know it's not going to be good if they're remaking stuff, especially in the movies, because they're remaking it for the wrong reasons. But yeah, scheduling wise, there might be a schedule change that I'm going to have to think about, and I'll let you guys know, obviously, as soon as I can. But yeah, there might be times where some days will just be shows, some days will just be game streaming. Maybe try to squeeze in both. But definitely going to have to think about it. But yep, I'm going to dip for now. I might be on later tonight. Just keep an eye out. Not exactly sure. Might just take the night off. But yes, catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Adios, and I'll catch you on the flip side.